This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather. Ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today is June 29th. Or June 29th is a player for the LA Clippers. He's now 33 years old, and a two-time NBA champion, a six-time All-Star, and a six-time member of the All-NBA team. He's known as the Claw for his ball hawking skills, his large hands, his man hands, as Seinfeld taught us, and one of the best two-way players ever. He was named to the 75th anniversary team for the NBA in 2021, winning Defensive Player of the Year in 2015 and 16. And he won championships with the Spurs and Raptors, and then, in a stupid ass move, he decided to leave a championship team after just one year and move to the Clippers. All I have to say is, ha 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 ha, trying to do his laugh. Of course, he is Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi was born in LA, June 29th, 1991, and attended Canyon Springs High School in Moreno Valley, California. He was a pretty good recruit, so he found himself on San Diego State for the 2009-10 season, doing pretty well, helping them get 25 wins and win the Mountain West Conference to get an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. But they would lose in the first round to Tennessee 62-59. Despite all that, Kawhi did have 12 points, 10 rebounds. In his sophomore season, he would do better with 15.7 points per game, 10 rebounds per match. Aztecs were 34-3, much better. They were conference tournament champs again. They were in the NCAA tournament, but lost to UConn, who went on to win the 2011 championship. Kawhi decided to leave San Diego State to enter the 2011 draft, which was shocking. But the Aztecs retired as number 15, making him the first Aztecs men's basketball player since Milky Phelps to get his number retired. Michael Cage also is the retired by San Diego State. It was very well compared and all that. He looked pretty impressive, and he got to the 2011 draft as a small forward. Derek Williams was drafted second overall as a small forward from Arizona to the Minnesota Timberwolves, but he was kind of a buzz. So Kawhi was the first true small forward because the other guy was a power forward as well. But the Pacers drafted him, so it looked good for Indiana. However, they decided to trade him with, with a couple of prospects to San Antonio for George Hill. And then he signed a deal with the Spurs. He was part of the Rising Stars Challenge, which showcases freshmen and sophomores in the NBA. He had a calf strain and couldn't play and all that. Kawhi was made to be the small forward for the Spurs once Richard Jefferson was traded to Golden State for Stephen Jackson. Leonard did okay, placing fourth in Rookie of the Year voting and was named to the All-Rookie First Team. He was part of the select team for 2012 for the Olympics, but basically just to scrimmage with the men's Olympic team that had Kobe, LeBron, KD, and Chris Paul. The Spurs would re-sign him through the 2014 season. He was again part of the Rising Stars Challenge and put up 20 points. He helped the Spurs get to the NBA Finals facing Miami. Unfortunately, though, the Heat would win in 7 games. That was the series when Ray Allen, in Game 6, hit a very desperate three-pointer to tie the game against the Spurs, go to overtime and win, and force a Game 7. Kawhi did okay, 14.6 points per game and 11 rebounds. Kawhi did decently in 2014, helping them win 62 games and be the top seed in the NBA overall. He got the Spurs to the final against Miami. It was a rematch. However, things changed as the Spurs won in 5 games and Kawhi was named MVP, making him the third youngest winner, behind only Magic Johnson, who was 20 years old and 22 years old when he did his 2 MVPs in 1980 and 1982. Kawhi was the first Finals MVP since Chauncey Billups in 2004 to not be an All-Star. All that. Unfortunately, he would have an infection in his right eye caused by pink eye. He had blurry vision and all that. Then, yeah, a lot of things. Despite all that, an auspicious start, he started picking up where he left off. It was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2015, being the only guy other than MJ and Hakeem Olajuwon to be Defensive Player of the Year and NBA and Finals MVP. Not in the same season, but like overall. Unfortunately, the Spurs would lose the first round in 7 games to the Clippers. In 2015, he re-signed for a 5-year, $90 million deal. Got his first All-Star selection in 2016. Finally, well, they helped the Spurs win 67 games, but they were second in the conference, which was weird because Golden State was just that much better. 67 wins would be big in a 1 seed in the West. However, that was the year that Golden State went 73-9. They swept the Grizzlies and got to the second round against OKC, or Oklahoma City. They were up 2-1 and shockingly lost the next 3 games, meaning that OKC would go on to face Golden State for the conference title. But Golden State did their job against the Thunder and got to the finals. So anyhow, the 2017 season, he was trying to outdo himself. They took on Memphis in the first round and beat them in 6. They took care of the Rockets in 6, got to the conference finals against Golden State. Unfortunately, Leonard landed on Sasha Pachulia's foot after attempting a shot and re-aggravated his ankle injury. The Warriors would sweep the Spurs in that series. Unfortunately, injuries would kind of hurt him and all that. He missed the first 27 games of the 2017-18 season with a right quad injury. He wouldn't play much. He had his problems and all that. He was cleared by the Spurs medical staff to keep playing by January. However, he got a second opinion from his own doctors. Leonard would not play for the rest of the 2017 season. Of course, that was the big thing because by June 2018, Leonard requested a trade from the Spurs, and there was a lot of tension between his camp and the Spurs stemming from a disagreement over his injured rehab program. But on July 18th, 2018, the Spurs traded him. It was a massive trade. Kawhi and Denny Green would head to Toronto, north of the water, baby, in exchange for DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a first-round draft pick. It was a risky move for the Raptors and President Masai Ujiri because of Leonard's health. And of course, let's not forget the main reason is that the Raptors would trade away such a fan favorite in DeMar DeRozan. They compared him to Vince Carter as the greatest Raptor of all time, which I doubt highly. If anything, it's Kyle Lowry who would do the comparison to Vince Carter. Regardless, though, Kawhi was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week in late November. He put up 45 points in a game against the Jazz. He looked good. Kawhi put up 45 points in the Eastern Conference semis against the Sixers in Game 1, making him the second Raptor ever to get 40 points in a playoff game, joining Vince Carter. And let's not forget that Kawhi was the guy in Game 7 of the semis against the Sixers, tied at 90. He took a shot with like 3 seconds, the ball, 3 seconds, and he put it up. And Kevin Harlan said, "Is this the dagger?" Bong, bong, bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh! Game! Series! Toronto has won! It was just unbelievable. 41 points by Kawhi. And he became the first player ever to win a Game 7 on a buzzer beater. And the second overall to win a playoff series in a buzzer beater because MJ, his shot over Elo, did help the Bulls beat Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs in the 89. However, those playoffs were best of 5, meaning you had to win only 3 games. It was one of the greatest moments of my life watching it. It was like humongous. And of course, Vince Carter's shot kept bouncing in 2001 while falling short and got the Sixers to the conference finals. 18 years later, the Raptors got their revenge. Strangely, Kawhi's buzzer beater actually started off a chain of events that actually was in my favor. As the next day, I had a job interview, which I did well in, and got a job after 4 years being away from work. Anyway, the Raptors would continue the playoff march against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks were up 2-zip in that series, but in Game 3, Kawhi helped the team out in double overtime to take care of Milwaukee and cut the series to 2-1. Raptors won Game 4, and then Game 5, he put up 5 key three-pointers in Milwaukee to make it 105-99. And then in Game 6, he put the exclamation mark with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and the Raptors got to the NBA Finals. And Kawhi just basically put the Raptors on his back. He put up 34 points in Game 2, even though it was a loss. But he put up 36 in Game 4 to have the Raptors up 3-1 and a chance to win on home turf. But it failed. But nevertheless, Game 6, he put up 22 points at the Raptors win 114-110 to win the NBA Finals, giving Canada the trophy and helping Canada break a 26-year drought with major championships, as the Blue Jays was the last Canadian major team to win. He was named MVP, Finals MVP. Well, why wouldn't he be? Becoming the third guy to win the award with two teams, alongside LeBron, who won it with Cleveland and Miami, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who did it with Milwaukee and the Lakers. He put up 732 points in the postseason. That is third all-time, behind MJ's 759 in 1992 and LeBron's 748 in 2018. Rumors were circulating that Kawhi was going to stay in Toronto and all that. After all, he played 1 year, got the Finals MVP. He's going to make bank, even though he was a free agent. But on July 10th, he did the worst thing possible in my mind. He decided to sign with the LA Clippers for 3 years, $103 million. Allegedly taking less money than what the Raptors would have paid out. That ruined me. That ruined me because of the fact that Kawhi, after 1 year, decided to freaking leave the Raptors for the Clippers. Dude could have left after 2 years and I wouldn't care less. But the fact of the matter is, that was 1 year. And he just led the team to the title. If he didn't lead the team to the title and he left, fair enough. But, like, fuck. Kawhi returned on December 11th for the first time since joining the Clippers, but was given a standing ovation from the crowd and put up 23 points, beating the Raptors by 20. Kawhi was the All-Star Game MVP in the 1920 season. But of course, that was before COVID ruined everything. He played in the bubble, and the Clippers were up 3-1 on the Nuggets in the conference semis, but lost that series. Typical Clippers. Unfortunately, he would have a facial injury on Christmas Day against the Nuggets, but it was an accident from his own teammate. He had a facial injury. So he had to get 8 stitches. He played in 52 of 72 regular season games because it was still ravaged by COVID. The Clippers took 4th in the conference. They took on the Mavericks and won in Game 7. So they would face the Jazz. And the Clippers put up 4 straight wins after being down love 2. Unfortunately, Kawhi injured himself in Game 4 with a knee sprain and missed the rest of the series. The Clippers, nevertheless, finally got to the conference finals, but lost to the Suns in 6 because Kawhi was injured and couldn't play. Unfortunately, he had to recover from the partial ACL tear in his right knee and did not play at all during that season. The Clippers would win 42 games, but would lose in the play-in tournament. He made his return October 3rd, 2022, and did decently against the Blazers in the playoffs. In the preseason. Kawhi would play in the second highest scoring game in NBA history on February 24th, 2023 against the Kings, losing 176-175 in double overtime. Where was the defense? Kawhi looked pretty good. In the first round playoff series against the Suns, he put up 38 points in Game 1, but missed the last 3 games because of a torn meniscus. The Clippers were done for. In 24, he signed an extension with the Clippers, paying him $153 million for 3 years, and It's okay. So he's a small forward at 6'7", was named part of the 75 greatest players of all time. So in 696 career games with the Spurs, Raptors, and Clips, he has put up 20 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, and in the playoffs, many playoff runs with the Spurs, including 2 finals appearances with the Spurs 2013-2014 before winning the title in 2014, and the championship in 2019 with the Raptors. 139 playoff games, 21.3 points per game. So he's a 2-time NBA champion, 14 and 19. Finals MVP in the 2 years he won it. 6-time All-Star. All-Star Game MVP in 2020. 6-time NBA player. Defensive Player of the Year in 15 and 16. And a lot of things. So, anyway. Kawhi is the youngest child of his family, has 4 sisters. Unfortunately, one of them was sentenced to life in prison for murder in 2023. Yikes. Leonard's girlfriend have 2 children and all of that. He was known for his quiet and private demeanor and all that. And of course, he's famously known for that laugh I tried to mock. Because when he was doing that Raptors press conference to welcome him to Toronto, he says, I'm a fun guy. Ah, ha, ha. And basically, everyone laughed at him. Well, Kawhi got the last laugh as the Raptors won the NBA championship. But man, if he only stayed in Toronto for at least one more year and then left, no big deal. I wouldn't care less. But he freaking left, pissing me off and making me so outrageous. I think I better end the video now. Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm going to do